2023 is officially over. Hello everyone, my name is Jesse and welcome back to another video on my channel. The month of December is finally over, so just like I did in November, today I'm going to give you guys a video where I tell you about my top 5 favorite movies that I watched in the month of December 2023. This is including both new watches and rewatches. Actually, every movie on my top 5 is a rewatch, a movie that I've seen before. Yeah, enough. I'm not gonna ramble on. Let's just get right into the list. Coming in at number 5 for me, my fifth favorite of the month is Dune. I watched this for the third time. Watched it in preparation for Dune Part 2 that's coming out in March of this year, and I also watched it because my mom had not seen it yet, so I watched it with both my parents so that she could see it. I really enjoy this movie. I think it's a really awesome, solid science fiction movie. I think it does a great job of world building, introducing you to this world, and kind of like sort of taking you on a tour in a way through this world and on Arrakis, and introducing you to these characters and getting you used to these dangerous environments that these characters are going through, and the worms and the hot temperatures. And I don't know, I love when a movie does great world building and kind of takes its time to build out the world. Now there are sometimes it can get a little overwhelming, and I think this movie is definitely, like, you can tell this is a part one. This movie definitely takes its time with building out this world. It's a little less heavy on the action in this movie, and that's what Dune Part 2 is going to be. It looks like that movie is going to, like, this movie was world building and introducing you to these characters and this world, and then Dune Part 2 is going to be the actual events that need to take place and the action that everyone wanted from this first movie. So I really enjoy this movie, yeah. Number 4 for me is The Departed. This was my second time seeing this movie, and I love all of these movies. I think every actor in this movie does a fantastic job. Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg, Matt Damon, the list goes on and on. There are so many great actors in this movie, and they all do fantastic. I think it's actually pretty funny that Mark Wahlberg was the only actor to get nominated for an Oscar in this movie, when I think it's a lot of people would probably say he was kind of not the worst. He was amazing in the movie. I loved his character. He had me laughing out loud constantly. But he definitely is kind of he's very much a sideline character, and he's not really in the movie for that long. And I think when you compare him to the other performances, the other actors in this list, he's definitely closer to the bottom. Yeah, like I said, everyone does a fantastic job, and I really like the story of there being a rat or a mole on both sides, and each side has to try and figure out who is the spy, the rat. That's it's a great story, and I think the twist at the end is really fantastic. So I love this movie. Number 3 for me was Oppenheimer. This was my favorite movie of 2023. It's damn near my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. He just, I love this movie. It's almost hard for me to put into words. I could talk about this movie for hours upon hours. I've seen it 5 times now. I watched it twice this month alone. In December, I saw it for a 4th time in theaters. It re-released in IMAX. I saw it with friends. And then I got the Blu-ray for Christmas. I watched it on Christmas Day with family. And I freaking love this movie. Cillian Murphy should get the Oscar for Best Actor. Robert Downey Jr. should get the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Christopher Nolan should even get the Oscar for Best Director, because they all do such fantastic work in this movie. Robert Downey Jr. proved that he's not only good as Iron Man in the Marvel movies, he's genuinely a fantastic actor that can pull off different roles. And the more things that I've seen Cillian Murphy in, the more I love him as an actor. He absolutely steals the show here. He does fantastic as J. Robert Oppenheimer, and the you can feel the kind of the roller coaster of emotions he goes on through this movie, and especially the guilt that he feels after detonating the bombs near the end of the movie. And it's great how they show this kind of dilemma of, I know that what we're doing is going to have consequences. I don't know if we can be trusted with an atomic bomb, but I know that the Nazis can't. We know that the bad guys cannot be trusted, so we need to do it before they do. We don't have a choice here. And I love how they played out that dilemma in the movie. The other actors, Emily Blunt, Florence Pugh, Matt Damon, they're all great as well. I love each and every one of them. I love the kind of transition between color and black and white in the movie. I think it looks great. I think it's really well done. And of course, I cannot talk about this movie without mentioning the Trinity test sequence. It looks amazing. The sound design is incredible. And it is one of my favorite scenes of a movie in general from 2023. It's so well done, and I could watch it on loop. Number 2 for me is La La Land, a musical from Damien Chazelle, came out in 2016 with Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. And this movie instantly became one of my favorites as soon as I saw it. I actually saw it for the very first time almost a year ago. I watched it in January of last year. I don't remember the exact date. But I love this movie. I love all of the musical numbers. Ryan Gosling steals the show. He is amazing. I love his character. And it's just a feel-good movie. The ending is, even though the ending is a little bit bittersweet, with them like not ending up together, but overall, this movie is just a feel-good movie. It puts a smile on my face the entire time. I love the dance choreography. I love the cinematography, and like I mentioned, I love all the musical numbers. Every time I watch the movie, I get the songs stuck in my head for the next couple weeks. So I absolutely love this movie. I've seen it several times now, and I probably could watch it almost every day for the rest of my life if I had to. I love this movie. But coming in number 1 is Whiplash, another Damien Chazelle movie. This was his directorial debut with Miles Teller and J.K. Simmons, and I actually go back and forth with this movie and La La Land on which one is my favorite. I think it just kind of depends on what mood I'm in for that day. But upon this rewatch, Whiplash impressed me just a little bit more this time around. I don't know, I love this movie, and it's J.K. Simmons is absolutely terrifying as Terrence Fletcher, and he plays, he's not really a villain, but he's definitely the antagonist, and he does fantastic. So he can be terrifying, and he can also sometimes be a little bit hilarious. Some of his lines and insults kind of crack me up sometimes. But truly, this movie is a movie about obsession and how far will you go to chase your dreams, pursue your goals and ambitions. And this movie shows that very, very well, and it shows Miles Teller's character, Andrew Neiman. It shows his kind of downfall into obsession to the point where he breaks off relationships. He gets a girlfriend and he immediately breaks up with her because he's like, hey, I need to put all of my hard work and focus into drumming, and I won't be able to see you anymore because of that, because I need to be one of the greatest of all time. And I don't know, I love it, and the intensity never goes down. Even on rewatch, when you know what's going to happen, there are still scenes that make you hold your breath, and it's amazing. I love this movie, and it's a movie that I love it more every single time I watch it. Each time I watch it, it steadily grows higher and higher up on my list of favorites of all time. So my favorite movie that I watched in the month of December is Whiplash. And that is it. Those are the top 5 best movies that I watched in the month of December. What is your favorite movie you watched in December? Let me know. And I have several other videos planned for this week, so be on the lookout for those. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.